1,000 word challenge. 600 words. On the edge of a secluded village, a peculiar fog rolled in, hiding secrets that whispered in the night. Whispering wasn't new here. Every woman in Creswick could whisper. Mothers had been teaching their daughters since the village had grown up around a wellspring that had called their ancestors down from the mountains. From the moment of her first blood, a female child of Creswick could send her voice into the minds of others and speak in a still, small whisper. At first, their whisper could only reach as far as their own, to those they held closest to their hearts. But with patience and practice, Creswick women could whisper over great distances. The greatest among them, the village chief, could send her whisper across plains and oceans to any person she had touched. The village chief used her whisper to make the village rich and strong and powerful, so despite its size, it began to have greater and greater influence over the valley. Under her leadership, the village extended its borders and would soon be a village no more, but a thriving town. And still it was seen that only daughters born of women who themselves were born in Creswick had the gift of the whisper. The whisper that came that night with the creeping fog was different. It was deep and coarse and menacing. There was a distortion to it, like a blunt blade being pushed through fracturing glass. Though the voice spoke in hushed tones, the words it uttered were deafening, consuming all the women that heard it. The distortion in the whisper grappled their minds, but it was the whisperer's voice that stunned them. The voice was male. No man had ever whispered before. His voice stole into their minds, whispering, "The power you hold, I now wield, witches. Abandon hope. I come for you all." He came for them that very night, as the hunter's moon rose over the village, casting shaded silhouettes of thatched houses upon packed earth lanes. He came for them in their dreams, where they had little defence against him. Only in their dreams could they not tear themselves away from the man's rhetoric. No living person had ever been able to whisper into a sleeping mind. No woman whisperer could have ever conceived or shielded themselves from an attack against them as they slept. His whisper sent them into terror and torment with prophecies so real they forgot they were dreaming at all. Visions of burning houses, defiled women, and other men at the wellspring, laughing. He repeated the whisper again and again and again, beating their brains until they bled with the horror of it. Together, the women of Creswick rose from their beds. Silently, they stumbled around their houses until they came upon the close and closed their hands around any weapon they could find: a poker, a heavy tome, a kettle, a walking stick, a knife. While the peaceful village slept, they stood over the burning beds of their homes, and in their slumber they killed that which haunted them. They killed those who bore the pitch and tone of a whisperer. They killed every man and boy and any woman that stood in their way, cutting down their husbands, brothers, and sons. Once their hands were slick with the blood of their kin, they marched forth to find others to slaughter until their own breath became ragged and still. Dawn rose in the village, but not a soul rose with it. Creswick was a ghost town now.